There we go. Good morning, everybody. If you are watching this, it is Gore in the Morning with Miguel Rodriguez here. For Girls, Gore and Jen, starting the week off strong. Remember, we go live every Thursday at 7 p.m. All three of us. That's me, Joe, and Lauren. And this morning, I am going to be talking about some disturbing documentaries for your Halloween viewing pleasures, and I hope you enjoy them. Let's go ahead and check those out in just a second.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
What an excellent day for an exorcism.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
I like to dissect girls. Did you know I'm utterly insane?
I am the devil, and I am here to do the devil's work.
We have such sights to show you.
Who's laughing now?
Drive you crazy. I'll kill you all. I'm the nightmare you've ever had. I am your worst dream come true. I'm everything you ever were afraid of.
They're here.
Good morning. There we go. We are live, doing well. The hair is way too long, and everyone's open to get haircuts, yet I have not done it. So that's my own fault. But good morning, everybody. Rick, how you doing? Tim, the Monday. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but I hope I got it close to right at least. Great morning to everybody out there here on Girls, Gore, and Jen. I hope I'm on the right channel. Yeah, I think I am. Guys, we're going to be talking about some disturbing documentaries this morning. None more disturbing than the other, but they all have their own little bit of horribleness to them. So that's what we're talking about this morning. Last week we talked about scary movies themselves, but I like the idea of talking about real horror happening in the world, which is a real thing. So we got to talk about it. Doug, how you doing, brother? Good morning. Good morning. I will be doing Great American Morning Still, guys, at 8 a.m. So if you guys want to catch the cigar talk and a lot of news about this week, about guests coming up, about things that we will be doing, that will all be revealed at 8 a.m. But right now, let's get into some scurriness. I'm going to start with one that is not so much, I don't think it's scary as much as it is just shows that this stuff happens still. So let's go into this one. Let's talk about it. This is, there we go, on screen. Make sure it's there. Start from the beginning. This is Wild Wild Country. There's a Netflix documentary about a cult, of all things, a cult, of course. And let's let them explain it to you. Let's let them go into details.
Beginning of the great experiment. Like we were the chosen people.
I'm here in one of the largest ranches in the Northwest. Today, it's Raj Meat Firm because a prominent Indian guru and his followers brought it.
Our vision was to create a community based on compassion and sharing.
Gore's agenda was simply to raise the consciousness of humanity. That was his goal.
America was land of promise. It was my conviction we will have no problems.
No problems. All right.
I don't think America has a place for these people.
Everyone in Antelope mistrust Rajneesh.
I want that guru and his evil influence out of my city.
They're run by satanic power.
There is talk of vigilantes who may seek revenge on the Rajneeshis.
A bomb went off in the middle of the community.
More than 60 followers evacuated.
It was a catastrophe.
Honestly, I'm just terrified.
If I didn't take measures to protect our community, no one else would do it.
We call upon the governor to disarm this cult's army now. If the government does decide to get you, they're going to get you.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
The whole time, the Rajneeshis set the stage for a big outbreak to influence the election. We had no evidence.
They were facing immigration fraud and smuggling. The Rajneeshis came this close to murdering a presidential appointee.
There is bias, there is prejudgment, religious discrimination, and this is democracy. I've had enough of it.
We were going to mount a full-scale assault.
We will be ready to protect ourselves.
I'd grown up understanding thou shalt not kill. What had happened?
There's darkness in all of us. Doesn't make you a bad person.
Boom. All right. So that one is out right now, guys. Yeah, just a feel for the trailer itself. I mean, obviously there was people judging them right away, but I mean, groupthink in any sense of the word is pretty bad when all of a sudden everyone's ideas are exactly the same and no one's questioning anything. It leads to bad things like being naked in big empty tents and dancing ridiculously. So that's a terrible thing to do. Them arming themselves. I mean, this is the United States. Everyone's allowed to own a gun. You should be allowed to defend yourself, I think. But watching the documentary will be a whole different experience because what's the word I'm looking for here? Obviously, there was some other stuff going on underneath the surface for that one. But it just shows a more recent cult, not the most recent cult, because if you guys have been keeping up with the news, there is that the one, what is it called? The one with that lady from Smallville who was helping bring people in for them. Oh my goodness! If anyone knows the name, let me know if you've seen that one. We're gonna go ahead and stop down Wild Country. I think that would be a great one to talk about in the near future. Hopefully, a full episode on. Only thing about Netflix is I think that they really do amp up the drama to theirs. In fact, you're going to see that pretty heavily in this next one. Again, this is going to be another Netflix documentary one, and then we will switch over to something. The other one's probably the next two are going to be the one after the next one are going to be a lot more. I think scary to me at least. But this one comes out. He's called Voyeur. It is about a guy who buys a hotel or a motel simply for the fact to stare at people. But they explain it pretty well in the comments. And then you're going to see why I think it's a little more drama and hype than it is real. How they try to play him off to be some kind of giant diabolical monster versus just a sick guy who is gross and should never have been allowed to own property, or a dog for that matter, I guess. But we'll go into that in just a second. Let's get Voyeur up and at him.
I received this letter in 1980 from a man named Joe Foose, who decided he wanted to buy a motel for the express purpose of using it to watch everything that was being done in private.
It had a high pitch roof. That's where I would build my observation platform. They couldn't hear me. They couldn't see me. It was exactly what I wanted.
Story about him for the New Yorker.
I'm a natural person to write about a voyeur because as a writer, I'm a voyeur myself.
Nobody ever will be able to do what I do.
I mean, they do it all the time, but, whatever.
I spent more than 25 years waiting to bring his story and him as a person into the public eye.
If I knew what I was going to feel, I would have done this.
Joe Foose and I had a deal. That is, for me to tell the truth and him to live with it. Suddenly, this guy is forgetting what we've agreed to.
I think Jay and I are going to have a real problem.
The hell do you think this is? Some kind of goddamn game?
Hey, Joshua. Good morning, man.
there trying to expose you as a hypocrite.
How do you know what they're thinking?
Because that's the way people are.
Did you hear a sore spot in here?
The story never ends. The stories never die. A lot of reporters think when they read the story, it's all over. Sometimes it's just beginning.
Get rid of that one. That one, I get why it would be terrifying for a lot of people. That's why I put it in this list. It's very scary as far as someone watching you when you pay them money to not watch you, basically, and to have a little safe spot in whatever city you're in. Like, hey, I got a place to crash for the night. This is great. But they made him, they're trying to make him seem like some kind of diabolical genius. And this guy is journalistic. Bad boy, he's the next Hunter S. Thompson of the industry. It's just way over the top ridiculous. It's just two old guys fighting each other about a story that they agreed to tell each other and the world, basically. That's just something about that makes me feel like most of the things they say is full of crap. Not unlike the Tiger King one, which I didn't include because that's not scary. That's just ridiculous stuff. It's just Florida spread across the country and infected everybody else with Florida. But this next one I'm going to go for is, where is it? There we go. Is actually more about the judiciary system messing up and failing these kids. It's the story of the West Memphis 3. Dang, I can't talk this morning. The West Memphis 3. If you heard about the story, you know about the mistrial, then everything went wrong. Not even a mistrial, just a completely sweep under the rug, and never will they find the people who actually did it or the person who actually did it. They just blamed these 3 kids because it was an easy scapegoat and they wanted someone to blame. People in the area thought they were satanic, so we'll just point it at them, be done with it. And it absolutely was not. Fucking COVID, BS management at the apartments trying to ignore Alabama state regulations. Yeah, they'll do that. They're ignoring all regulations right now, man. They are ignoring people's basic rights. Yeah, we got trumped with that real hard. Not talking about actual Trump, but you know what I mean. People just did not care about what actually this country's all about for the longest time, and you just gotta be careful, man. Be careful. Keep fighting it. They do not have the rights to stop regulation just because they feel that it's not priority at the moment. So be careful out there, man. Now let's get this next one going. Audio share. What's going on?
Nothing ever happens in West Memphis, Arkansas.
We've had 3 children missing since last night.
3 young boys murdered in cold blood.
It appeared that they had been sexually mutilated.
Is it your opinion that these crimes were motivated by occult beliefs?
Yes.
Arrested at 2:44 p.m. charged with 3 counts of capital murder.
Life imprisonment without parole. Death by lethal injection.
A case with a confession would be easier as opposed to one without direct evidence.
But Satan was put in his mouth by the police.
Take big up there.
Then they tied him.
Here's the state of Arkansas. I'm refusing to let the truth shine on this case.
Did Damien invite you to some meeting?
Satanic.
I was just a big liar. And I really was.
You're dealing with a horrendous crime. It warps their trust.
There's careers at stake.
The option to reopen the case was presented to him freeway. No, we found them guilty. We're done.
We don't believe the people of Arkansas are going to be satisfied until there is a new trial.
I never will stay getting away with it. But the person who killed those 3 kids is still out there walking on the street.
Yeah, that's the really terrible part right there, is that they will never get a retrial for that. It's done. and an affidavit saying that they take responsibility, but they're no longer punished. So everything's washed clean. The state's fine. The kids are the West Memphis Three are out. But oh my gosh, yeah. Watch Melvin pure evil. I'll have to check that one out. But yeah, it's horrible. I mean, 3 little kids died. They blame these other kids who are basically either right in or right out of high school. One of them was handicapped, and they didn't even know the other one, or the other 2, excuse me. And because of the area they lived in, kind of closed-minded people, and these were guys who would basically they were outsiders of the community. Easy scapegoats, and it's gross to think about how terrible it was, not just for them, but for the entire system to do what they did. That's a bad one for me, because that one just like it's very aggravating, and I chuckle a little bit because they show a turtle, or that snapping turtle out of nowhere. But if you watch the documentary and you listen to some stories behind it, there's good context why they're biting themselves with turtles. I swear to God. It kind of helps prove the story of why they are not guilty of anything they're being accused of. And it's a rough one to think about, because even if half of 0.5% of everyone in prison right now for violent crimes is targeted the same way they were, that's a lot of people in prison for some really terrible stuff they did not do. And that means people who did do it and got away with it. That's the real kicker for me. That's the terrible part. But I digress. It's not. It's over. I mean, they're not going to get the last 50 years they accumulated in prison together back. Those years are gone. The parents, the families of the kids who were killed were murdered and tied and left in the bottom of a swampy ravine thing. They're not going to come back. It's just a horrible situation. Now, this next one I have not heard much about, but I wanted to bring it up because it looks very interesting. From the description I got, it is another missing children / murder case. It's mixed with more of an urban legend kind of thing that turned out to be real. And that is pretty dang fascinating to me. Pretty dang interesting. So let's get this one going. Come on, share your device. There we go. Put the big screen. Start at the way beginning.
About 15 buildings here have been abandoned for quite some time. We did a lot of searching for the kids here.
Specifically for Jennifer and I believe Holly.
Growing up on Staten Island, Barbara and I had often heard the legend of props. Props was a escaped mental patient who lived in the tunnels beneath the old abandoned Willowbrook mental institution.
Hey, Goody, James, Don, how you guys doing?
I would have never guessed about the amount of weirdos living on Staten Island.
Of course you would never guess. Staten Island, there's no weirdos there.
I can imagine how other parents, even if your kid's gone for an hour, I can imagine how they must feel.
Seemed like everywhere I went, there were people out in the woods looking for that little girl.
No question. If we were going to find her, we definitely were going to find her.
She didn't pick that children's pose.
What was that?
Scary, because we have a boogeyman living on Staten Island all those years.
That image forced a lot of people to say, that is the killer.
There's no reason for him to exist anywhere else other than jail.
We had the same questions that you're asking. Why did he do this? What set him off?
It's sort of like putting a puzzle together.
He likes to be the center of attention, the keeper of the secrets.
So I think it'd be great if you could speak for your
What if we just say safety, I will not go. I think they're all around us.
Hey, Christina, how's it going?
I really think that he is demonized and possessed.
See, I think that is a very interesting one right there, for the simple reason that it dives into that city's fear, that area's fear of an urban legend that turned out to be quite real, very real, because it took several children, took 5 children. Eric, how you doing, brother? How's it going? Guys, how you doing? Everybody out there, thank you so much for tuning in this morning. We're going to go over maybe 1 or 2 more, but so far we've touched on 2 from Netflix, Wild Wild Country, Voyeur. We touched on the West Memphis 3 with West of Memphis, and then that Cropsey. I was pronouncing that wrong. I was trying to pronounce Corpsey, even though that's definitely not how it was spelled at all. My own bad. For some reason, Corpsey just sounded more scary to me, but Cropsey is definitely what they had. Saved mental patient. I was going to go into Tittycut Follies. If any of you heard of that one, Tittycut Follies is about a mental institute back in the day when they still were doing black and white, and not exactly science in those places. And this documentary shows, it was not even a documentary, it was really a news reporting that just got so much footage of so much horribleness going on there that they took all that footage together and made it into a documentary later on. And it led to quite a bit of overhaul on our mental institution systems throughout the U.S., which is a good thing. But the fact that it got to that point, it's a bad thing. Then later on, we let less money into helping those people, so it all became more bad things. That one's also difficult. I think that one and Cropsey and West of Memphis we need to go back into again. Those would make great episodes. It's a lot of documentary and a lot of topic to cover in that 3 short sentences worth of topics I gave, but all worth it to check out more in, guys. So if you guys have any more information on that, let me know. Let me know what you think as well. This next one is for those who want a good date night for for Halloween time. You are going to hate me for this if you actually do watch it and you're on a date, or even if you're in a long committed relationship, you're not going to have sex for 6-7 years after watching this. So just don't watch it maybe. But we're going to watch the trailer together. So let's go ahead and do that. I apologize ahead of time for this, but you got to see this. If you're looking for disturbing documentaries, this should be on the list. If this is the right one, oh God, it's horrible. Patient Zero, Boggy Creek, Humans versus Zombies. I like that name. Humans versus Zombies. It's always humans versus humans. I don't know why people don't remember that more in zombie movies. You always got to watch out for the humans even before the zombies. There's a lot of great horror coming out of Texas, Doug. A lot of my buddies over there, whenever we go to Texas Frightmare every year, it's a huge group of horror Texas filmmakers, and that's one of the spots. If I ever left California, it would either be Nevada, Texas, or Florida. Those are my 3 spots that I would head out to, brother. And that's definitely a lot of great, not just horror, but movie makers in general are in Texas. So this one is, God, I don't even want to watch it myself. I don't know why I'm doing this.
How's it taste?
That's not the scary part.
Crispy and cheesy.
Teeth isn't that bad. I didn't care. Teeth was like, nah. This is definitely not it. I don't care about snap cheese. Those aren't scary, hopefully, if you guys know. Oh, but this is. It's not Strangely Beautiful.
It was a great escape. There is kind of a spiritual feeling because you're connecting with another intelligent being. Your friend didn't make it. He was not supposed to be dead. Stop right where you're at. You're being arrested for homicide.
People who have sex with animals should face felony convictions for animal cruelty.
What's the guy thinking? Screwing a horse.
These animals don't have the cognitive ability to consent. But how do they know the horse didn't consent? How in the world can this happen without consent?
The owner died, and the horse was left to fend for itself.
You don't know who else out there thinks how you think or feels how you feel.
I just said, take me to the horse. Stallions can be very dangerous.
We personally need a whole lot of human contact, rather just to be with our animals.
We didn't know what his interaction had been with humans. Was he going to try to
you do know what it was.
Someone actually stood there and gave me some attention.
There was a kind of a rope thing with a small noose. And he said this is where he would work the horse. And I thought, well, What do you mean?
It's a very intense, wonderful kind of feeling.
And it was just so not real.
I don't think anything really can kind of compare to it.
Nope. And that's the most disturbing you can get, really. That's sight away from children. Aside from that, that's about as bad as it gets right there for me. I just don't have sex with animals. You know, let's not do that. If everyone can agree to that, that'd be awesome. Really appreciate that. Really think that would be the bee's knees if we all said no to that. But if you want to watch a very uncomfortable documentary, that is one right now, and that's straight down that cringe feeling for Halloween right there. If you are looking for something very real and very spine chilling, because that just gives me the uneasy feeling just thinking about that. Because I live in a very agricultural area. It's oil and ag in Bakersfield. That's what it is. And there are horses everywhere around here. I saw a horse or a guy riding a horse into McDonald's. Well, not into McDonald's, into the drive-thru. You know what I mean? Come on, give me a break. So yes, not great, not great at all. But having said that, guys, I'm gonna wrap it. Virgil, thank you for joining us, brother. Yeah, that was Zoo, Joshua. That is. I don't think I'm gonna watch it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably not going to finish that one ever. Not for me. Not anytime soon. Not anytime in the near future or the far future. Or a few years down the road, even. I just nope. It's a whole bucket of nope right there. But the other one's honestly a little more close to home because people can be accused of crimes they didn't commit. Cults do pop up, and in California, we actually have the largest number of cults, and one of the largest number of religious sects in sex. It's not what I'm trying to say. Without in the world, really, shy of say. India or gosh dang, what's that tiny little country in between India and China? Nepal, excuse me. And very religiously tight areas like that. California is actually very well known for the cults it creates here. I mean, we could do a whole episode just on California-based cults, and it would take a long time to get through. But having said that, guys, we're going to wrap it for today. I will see you guys all Thursday for Girls Going Gin Saturday or Thursday night at 7 p.m. Hope you guys will tune in for that, and I hope to talk to you all then very soon. Be sure to tune in tomorrow morning where Joe will be taking over the morning show, and Wednesday morning will be Lauren taking over the morning show. So there'll be a little extra content for you all week long until that big hour long on Thursday. All right, guys, take care. Have a good day. Don't do anything you saw in these documentaries, but do watch them. And I will talk to you later. Have a good one, guys. Bye.